Good day, Tamers. So, the thumbnail is a bit divisive. In my opinion, the thumbnail is fine, because I think a lot of us thought BT16 would turn up, it'd be a lot more diverse, it'd be very fresh, very organic, and it seems like BT15 and BT16 did a 180, basically turned themselves around. So, BT15, great meta. BT16, we got some issues, right? A lot of people complain about these cards. Ignore this guy. So, the issue we did have, a lot of people are like, Ukamon is the bane of everyone's existence. Ukamon needs to get banned or limited. He's too powerful, he's too good. Now, the issue you've got there is you're thinking with stacked player brains. And you're like, if I don't build big stack, game not play right. Yeah? That's the issue you've got. Game does play right, because, unfortunately, if we can live in a world where security control is a correct deck, we can live in a world where rookie rush is a correct deck. Don't be that person. Ukamon is fine. It makes some decks that don't exist and work properly, which is saying something about this day and age. But we do have the new Ukamon, which is special, to say the least. Ow. We have the old Ukamon, which is just a very interesting card that makes decks that don't work. We've got the new Numon, which is causing a lot of fuss. And we have the new Monzimon, which is also causing a lot of fuss. So, let's get this started and see what's wrong with these cards. So, if we just get to good old Uki face. Your turn must return when one of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one Digimon card or Tamer card amongst them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck, then you may hatch in your breeding area. A searcher for every single deck that works by moving it out of the breeding area is fair within reason. Obviously, there's going to be certain decks that can use this a bit more efficiently. Obviously, if you've got Lu in your deck, it pushes forwards. You got Mimis if you're in green. Obviously, the removal of your deck is very quick in the breeding area. New Patamon obviously will start moving itself out of there, so if you can save it till you've run out of eggs and start using that Patamon, that can become an issue. Personally speaking, just like with the old Ukamon, I'm happy for certain decks that don't have good searchability to have additional searchability, especially in decks that, for instance, are stuck in a dual colour mindset that just don't have a way of easily accessing a search because you'll either miss one colour or it will counteract the way the deck wants to work. So, BT16 Ukamon, definitely powerful, but kind of a necessary evil for those decks that really want it. Obviously, decks like Numon, which really does want it because obviously it looks for the Numon engine, the stuff that can't be searched, as well as the bits and bobs that essentially don't get to work. It's great. Obviously, if you try and use this and you put both of your X antibodies to the bottom, oh, that sucks for you, right? Ukamon, this awful thing that everyone hates apparently. Your turn was when one of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, you may hatch in the breeding area, then gain 1 memory. This just made slower decks faster. It also turned 4 or 5 decks that just basically couldn't compete into competitive decks because they just gained their speed back. And what do you know? It made BT15 relatively healthy. EX5 was its own mess. BT14, I don't think anyone really played this in a lot of decks or many decks because it was hard to get, especially over here in the UK. But I do think that Ukamon, the promo one, is a necessary evil just to make it so that you have a wide array of decks, even if it does make a certain deck, the current one, too efficient. Numon X Antibody, this painful butthole. Digivolve summon Numon in name and without the X Antibody traits for cost of 0. All turns, while Numon or X Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution card, it gains on deletion. You may play 1 card with Numon in its name from your trash without paying the cost. Which is the issue. If it was just a Numon from the trash, I think you'd be fine, because you're only going to play like a level 4 for a level 4. It's good recursion, it's not killing itself. The issue we do have is 9 times out of 10, your opponent's going, okay then, I'm just going to play a Platinum. And you're like, okay. and then you have to just deal with Platinum, doing Platinum things. Because this enables you to go from a level 4 to a level 6 with basically nothing on your end. Either you crash it into security, which means you're pushing your game advantage forwards, or they block you, and then you explode, or, heaven forbid, there's some kind of board wipe. Crimson Blaze is very good. This does make it harder for your opponent to play the game. Now, the issue being, speed, it was already an issue with Ukamon. Having the ability to go into this and then get a level 6 out, just for the sake of it, is painful for a lot of people. And there's Monzimon X, this cuddly creature of death. Can digivolve from a Monzimon in name without the X antibody trait for a cost of 0. When digivolving, if this card has Monzimon in its name or the X antibody in Digimon's Digivolution cards, you may play one new Mon or level 3 Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost, which some people do. All turns will return when one of your other Digimon is played. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for each of your Digimon until the end of their turn. Wide board suppression. Now, I'm not saying this is a terrible card, it's terrible, it's doing all the worst things. It's just an annoying piece of the puzzle. Now, do I think it's too broken? Not at all. The issue I do find it is the fact that you have a very efficient, low-cost engine that can fill your board, which then makes this a super easy board wipe. Very similar to, I believe it was Starmon back in the day, where you just drop it on the field and go, oh no, everyone's dead. Oh, the humanity. And in doing so, it just makes for a very unclean format. Hence the Paradise burning in the thumbnail. But this is where I can see where people are complaining. I do think it's a very offensive deck, so to speak, because you are having to have a situation where it's a deck that's going to slow you down so you can't fight back. And then you get Venus on the field, which is then slowing you down even more, or Quantum, or if they get to a level 6, like for instance with Platinum, they then go into Ruin mode, which slows you down even more. And it's just a case of the deck has too many advantages to deal with compared to the situations you're left to deal with. And I don't think anything's going to get banned. I don't think anything really needs to get banned. I just think it's going to be a format where people are like, yeah, it sucks. I know in Japan, they basically started picking this deck up as well because they're all like, oh yeah, sure, why not? And Monzimon RB1s were easy to get hold of in Japan because, of course, they are. But, yeah, that's it for today. Nothing too interesting, nothing too crazy. Just a case of Digimon being Digimon, players being upset by the card game, and having an issue where a deck is basically pushing forwards more, but at the same time, it's a fairly simple deck to pilot. I would believe at least one lab rat could probably play this deck, let alone most of us Digimon players here. Unga Bunga, put cards on top of cards. Oh no, it died, put card on field. So, yeah, it stands. Easy deck to play, easy deck to pilot, and has some unusual advantages compared to other decks. But that monkey's pretty good. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for some interesting Digimon takes over at Raid Trades Online Ultimate Cup. So, peace out for now, Tamers, and have a great day. Goodbye.